Hi guys, this is Tina back in for another video. I'm going to go ahead and try to just get right into the story. In the meantime, thank you guys all again for everything. And I just wanted to talk about this because I was watching a documentary about it. And this was about death row and the death penalty. I think you guys know my stance on that. I've been pretty harsh on it. After seeing this documentary, it was a little harder. I know that I go back and forth on it sometimes. I think that we need to have 100% certainty of a person that actually committed the crime in order to actually, put them to death. So Earl Washington, in 1984, he was a 22-year-old black man with an IQ of a 69. Okay, he had done some bad things. He had committed some robberies and things like that. So in June of 1982, there was a woman named Rebecca Lynn, a 19-year-old mother of three. Okay, and so she could only describe her attacker as a black man before she went to, well, she passed away. So almost a year after the crime happened, Washington was arrested. So Earl Washington was arrested for burglary, and they somehow got him to confess to a crime that he didn't commit. So what's interesting about it is I know that we have a lot of types of false confessions that happen, but a murder case, capital punishment case to go off of those confessions is kind of crazy. I know they must have had some evidence, but obviously the DNA that came out exonerated him, and it was actually another man that did it. What's interesting about it is that even when asked Earl Washington couldn't tell you, he couldn't give you the address to where the woman that was killed. He described the woman completely different as the woman that was actually killed. So these should have been red flags that were to the interrogators. But just be mindful that this is a long time ago, so there were a lot of different things. People with an IQ of 69, they might not have the right mind to think or seek counsel before they go and say or sign something, because we have seen it time and time again where interrogators want so badly to convict someone that sometimes it leads to false confession. So luckily, this man was exonerated. He did spend 17 years of his life in prison, though, and came 9 days. I mean, this is crazy. He came 9 days away from being executed at one point. So this man just, like, I feel like, I hope that he's still out there and he's enjoying the time that he has now, and thank God and thanking God or science or both for, the advancements in DNA, because he could have been put to death. I am stringent on the death penalty, and that's for cases, heinous crimes, and people that are 100% guilty, that we know that, there's no doubting it. There were some people that were saying that even though they found a person that had killed their daughter, so they had had a daughter, they had found the person that did it, they recommended to the judge that they did not wish to seek the death penalty. However, in that particular documentary, it looks like the DA, the district attorney, went ahead and went for the death penalty in that case, which makes this such a touchy subject, because and I said this before, murder is murder regardless of how you do it. So they've committed these heinous crimes, but what's the difference of us then turning around and doing that? So it is like it's just kind of, a double standard, I think, that we do. I also saw this documentary about a person that works for the execution. So he does the executions, and he grapples with it. It's very hard for him. He said that, there was a man that was there and that he was crying until his last breath, that he didn't, and he was an innocent man. So the worst thing that I think that we could do here in America or anywhere is put someone to death that didn't do the crime, or that's innocent, or, that if there's any doubt. I do understand that there's a lot of appeals and that sometimes the death penalty takes a long time, and this is partly the reason. Can you imagine if he didn't have this process, or if he wasn't exonerated, he would have been put to death by now. So it's just pretty crazy, and I know that, there are a lot of religious aspects here. There are a lot of political aspects. I'm not trying to bring either or to the table here. All I really want to do is just um, get some feedback from you and tell me what you guys think about this. I know that, of course, everyone would be agreement that Earl Washington did not deserve to spend 17 years of his life in prison, and that at that time the investigators were more inclined to try to get a confession, just to try to get someone for the case or for whatever was done to the person. And then she had 3 children. Like, of course they want to find someone, but we don't want to find the wrong person. We want to find the right person, and then that person can seek, then we can seek, I don't want to say vengeance, but justice. So you see how I say justice and vengeance? It kind of feels like it could be maybe a little bit of both. So that kind of makes me grapple a little bit with it as well. However, again, as I stated before, if they are 100% guilty and they've done these heinous acts, I don't see a problem with that. Now, if we already have 100% proof, I feel like the appeals process should stop. If we already have 100% proof, and then they are put to death faster than 20 to 25 years, as I've spoke of before. So I would really like your feedback on this. So you could just go ahead and leave the comments down below, whether it is you're for it or you're not for it, or how you feel about it. It's just an interesting topic. I was just watching this documentary, and I was just watching how the executioner was grappling with his job, and that he would lie to his family members about where he worked. He didn't want anyone to know what he did for a living because he felt, you know, bad deep inside, even though he was, an employee of the state or the government, and this was his duty. He still, at the end of the day, was the one pushing the button to administer the medication to the perpetrator. So it was just really interesting to me. So again, just leave your comments down below. You can also follow me on Facebook at Tina Torbo, or you can just like, subscribe, whatever, watch. And I really hope I do hear back from you. I do get some of your comments. I like that. And I really do enjoy interacting with you. Okay, so I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And I also hope that you will come back and see me soon in the next video. Take care.